this person wrote, "Hey, Cat, what's wrong with you?" I wish I knew. Seriously, my parents have taken me to doctors, but they don't even know. There's a theory, you see. My mom used to be a competitive breath holder. I swear she can hold her breath for like 4 minutes. She could be a dolphin, except she's not gray or that great a swimmer. Anyway, apparently she used to hold her breath when she was pregnant with me a lot, so some people think that's why I tend to be like... Oh. Okay, I should go. Time's up.
Caterina Valentine is a very strange character, to say the least. In Season 1, she's a ditzy but bright girl with a tendency to bounce from happy-go-lucky to huffy and puffy. In Season 2, her voice raises a few octaves, but she's still a pretty normal, if a bit airheaded teenager. Then you get to Seasons 3 and 4, and...
You are the one who said, "What are you doing?"
I wanted to lick the laser beam with my tongue.
Why?
Well...
You want to know what flavor it is, don't you?
And this only got worse when she got her own spin-off, Sam and Cat. But why did this happen? What could have caused Cat to quickly coast off to the corner of the crazy cuckoo cathedral? Well, let's take a look.
A girl doesn't dye her hair that color unless she has psychological problems.
My hair color has nothing to do with my psychological problems.
One of Cat's most consistent traits is her love for her friends. Through both Victorious and Sam and Cat, she never wants her friends to get hurt, and she's almost always willing to help them whenever they ask for it. She's also extremely talented. She's able to sing, to dance, she can act, she's a great cook, she keeps her balance on the very difficult rabbit bull ride in the Gorilla Club, she's shown to be a great makeup artist in Tori the Zombie, and lest we forget, she makes her own stage costumes in her costume class and is able to accurately predict Beck's measurements just by looking at him in Tori Falls for Beck. To say she's a very well-rounded student would be an understatement. But with all this talent comes some very bizarre quirks. Cat often forgets the number 3, keeps food in her bra, she's addicted to a children's candy called Bibble, she dates a lot of boys who never stay in a relationship with her for very long. She has a habit of spending more money than she should, and earlier on she has a phrase that she says repeatedly.
What's that supposed to mean? What's that supposed to mean?
Which actually originated from 1999's The Amanda Show sketch, Moody's Point. You know, the one where Misty says,
"I just finished washing my hair with that special shampoo recipe, and I want to dry it before it dries." What's that supposed to mean? Okay, bye.
Did you know that? Huh? Did you? Anyway, separately, these quirks can come off as, well, quirks. But together they seem like symptoms for something much more serious. Maybe Cat has low-level autism. It would explain a few things, and knowing how unstable her brother is, her parents probably wouldn't put her through cognitive behavioral therapy or any sort of treatment, because in their eyes, she's fine. After all, she has friends, gets good grades, and is very talented, and seems to function a lot better than her brother does. We're onto something here, but personally I don't think Cat is autistic. It wouldn't explain her rapid and unrelenting mood changes. But you know what might explain it? A video from theslap.com where Robbie sings about each character.
Okay, there's this girl named Tori. She goes to a school, it's a performing arts school where the kids make the rules. Her teacher is a psycho, no ifs, ands, or buts, wearing sandals in class and drinking milk from coconuts. Her sister is a diva, she's a real pain bar none. She thinks she can sing even with a giant tongue. Her friend's name is Andre, he's got a mind of a poet. He plays the piano and it can really flow it. Now, Tori's nice to Jade, but Jade is mean to Tori. Where's the sense in that? Well, I guess it makes a good story. And Cat is bipolar, she can really do you in. They're a crazy cast of characters, let's sing it all again.
Wait, what?
And Cat is bipolar, she can really do you in. And Cat is bipolar, she can really do you in.
Cat is bipolar. What this means is her mood alternates between mania and depression. According to the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, otherwise known as the DSM, I'm using the 5th edition, the diagnostic criteria for manic episodes has 7 noticeable symptoms. Number 1 is inflated self-esteem or grandiosity. Number 2 is decreased need for sleep. Number 3 is being more talkative than usual, or feeling pressure to keep talking. Number 4 is flight of ideas or subjective experience that thoughts are racing. Number 5 is distractibility. Number 6 is increase in goal-directed activity or psychomotor agitation. And number 7 is excessive involvement in activities that have a high potential for painful consequences. Do these sound familiar? Cat Valentine's over-the-top behavior can easily be attributed to her going through one of her manic episodes. Now that we know that, we need to determine what type of bipolar disorder she has. Yeah, there's more than one. After doing some research, it seems that type 1 bipolar disorder, previously known as manic depression, would be the most likely candidate. It contains both full manic episodes and major depressive episodes, has an onset as early as childhood, and is twice as likely in women than it is in men. By golly, I think we've got it. But the question that still remains is, how did this happen? Well, 2 causes of mood disorders are stressful life events and genetics.
Trina, maybe you should pull over if you're gonna put on lip gloss.
Maybe you should talk less.
That's what my dad always says.
The Valentine family is very odd. It's amazing how much we know about them despite never actually seeing many of them. We know that her Uncle Jesse soaks his feet in chicken fat every Sunday, her Aunt Pearl and Uncle Walter don't flush the toilet unless absolutely necessary, her cousin Jessie shot her brother, her mother used to be a competitive breath holder, her dad thinks she should talk less, and her brother has a laundry list of psychological problems and criminal offenses. Cat's Nona seems like the only normal person in her family, as we can see in Sam and Cat. Cat's family is clearly missing a few screws, but the only real indication of anything more going on is in this scene.
All boyfriends and girlfriends fight a lot, don't they?
Well, sometimes we...
Yes or no?
Let her talk!
You never listen to me talk!
Can I go now?
No!
I'm under my bed, I'm under my bed, I'm under my bed.
This scene always comes to mind when I think of Cat's home life. Maybe her parents argue a lot. Maybe her brother and her parents argue a lot. And Cat hiding under her bed is her way of coping with the fear of domestic abuse. As much as I'd love to speculate, this really is all we have on the subject. The point is, Cat's disorder wouldn't be outside the realm of possibility if her family is anything to go by. Despite all of that, Cat shows nothing but love for her parents, and her parents love her. At least, they love her enough to send her to school with a bodyguard to help her Bibble addiction. The only other thing I could find on her family was this.
One time, my brother found a vacuum cleaner in our church basement. He took it home, and now he keeps it in his room.
Well, you should call the church and tell him he has it.
Oh, they wouldn't want it back.
Cat's family goes to church? Are they Christian or Catholic? What denomination? How long have they been going?
My name is Cat, here's a video for you. I know it's not fancy, but it's something to do. So if you get bored, just go online to thestop.com where everything's fine. A-dee-bop-doop-dop-doop-dee-doo.
All the students at Hollywood Arts have a locker that represents them. Andres has a piano that requires him to play music in order to open up. Robbie's locker has a mosaic of baby bottle nipples from his childhood, with a separate bottom locker for Rex, showing his attachment to his childhood. And Beck's locker is transparent, because he has nothing to hide, or he has nothing going on. But we're never shown Cat or Trina's locker. If this behind-the-scenes photo is anything to go by, we can assume that this is Cat's locker. It's pink with what looks like a red rose, until you look closer and see that it's actually a ladybug climbing out of wild grass. Cat Valentine appears to be this beautiful symbol of love, joy, and happiness from afar, but the closer you get to her, the more visible the truth becomes. The ladybug being the hidden truth about her mentality, and the wild grass being her unstable home life. Forever trapped against this world coded in her favorite color, pink. Cat Valentine, the beautiful parasite. Whew! Alright, there you go. You asked for it and I made it. Sorry for the wait. I'm going to start making polls on this channel for what videos you guys want to see next. If you want to know how to vote, all you have to do is click on my channel name, then click community, and click on the voting post, and choose what you'd like to see next. Please don't be afraid to vote for it. I've compiled it based on what you guys asked for in my last video. Remember, on my channel, your voice does matter. Also, today is the 10th anniversary of Victorious, so happy 10th anniversary, Victorious! Just so you know, I did have another theory about Cat. It had to do with her medicine prescriptions and how they might be giving her too much dopamine, which resulted in her becoming a lot more childish later on in the show. I just couldn't find enough evidence to support it. Anyway, thank you all for your love and support. Please vote on the polls for what video you guys would like to see next. If you don't see the video idea you have in the polls, then just leave a comment down below about what you'd like to see me do next. If you can't be bothered voting in the polls for whatever reason, then go ahead and tell me what you want to see next in the comments below. That's fine too. I will read them. Until then, I'll leave you with this.
I think that Evan guy is really dumb for not seeing how great you are. You want to hear the new song I've been working on?
I don't know if I'm in the mood to listen.
Please?
Okay.
There's a trouble to my hippie, the words in my dictionary. The story and dreams are all beginning, cautious, scary. We go together like the stormy alright. Watching Titanic and trying not to deny your life. The song in my mind like a zombie. You're a fun baby in the park, with the movie. We go together like a parade of confetti. Later, if you're hungry, I'll make you some spaghetti. I love you,